Alright, haulers, hello and welcome back to Euro Truck Simulator 2. You'll notice that instead of being parked up where we were before, I've already hooked up to a trailer. I've got a container that has motor oil in it, heading to a place that I cannot pronounce, Mazeikiai or something like that. I genuinely don't know how to pronounce it. But, I guess, without further ado, let's go ahead, jump in the cab, and get rolling. Alright, well, so we do have a little bit of a drizzle. I'm going to go ahead and turn on our mirror and our GPS since I do not have it built into this truck. Once I do get it built into the truck and I get like when I upgrade the interior of this truck, we'll go ahead and not have to turn that on anymore, but not really an option right now. I don't know if I can go out that way. I don't think so, so we're just going to spin around and go out the way we came in, which was very interesting in and of itself, down a little back road here. But yeah, a little more calm. Just got done driving in American Truck Sim. The way that I do this is typically if I've got to set up my steering wheel, I will do any sort of driving-based game, stuff like that, all at once. Don't really need my signal there. So that I can put my wheel up, take it down, and be done with it. So this is kind of my nice, peaceful end to my steering wheel antics. If you guys watch the American Truck Simulator series, you know that I drive manual in that, compared to automatic here. Or at least manual most of the time, depending on like what the truck is or stuff like that. So it's nice to jump in here and have a little bit more of a slower paced, scenic drive without as much responsibility in terms of needing to shift and having to worry about juggling so many things on top of already being focused on recording. But yeah, I am thoroughly enjoying these series so far. What do you guys think? Any tips, suggestions, stuff like that? I don't see anyone coming, so we're gonna go ahead and go here. Come on, you can shift. There you go. Now, one of the things that I mentioned in my American Truck Sim video, which I'm going to mention here too, I am currently looking at potentially, not saying I'm going to for sure, but I am currently searching around for a VTC, which is a virtual trucking company, to kind of meet up and join and drive with. I'm looking for something that I can drive with and represent them, but I need something that doesn't require me to drive 1,000,000 miles, you know, every 2 weeks or some crap like that, because some of these places seem to think that I have nothing else going on in the world. If anyone has ever done anything with the RP community, you know that they can be just as bad about, you know, you need to be on patrol at least, you know, 48 hours every, you know, 4 days or something like that, which is just ridiculous for people that actually have a life and need to do stuff besides just wanting to enjoy games with other people. So, yeah, when it comes to a VTC, I'm looking for something that's a little more chill. Like I said, something I can just sit back, cruise with other people. I'm considering getting back into streaming. I'm not sure if I'm going to stream yet. I'm currently in a bit of a transition period with a few things in my personal life that I gotta get under me first, but that is something that I would love to get into again. And with that would come other games. Like, I wouldn't just do driving. I would love to do driving, but some of you might know that I have, I mean, if you've followed the series, you have to know because my intro has Rocket League in it. I've done a lot of that. That's a game that I'm kind of taking a break from right now, off and on. I'll play it once in a while. I would say that I'm better than your average bear, if you will, or however you want to describe it when it comes to my skills in that game, but the reason I got into that game was because I told myself I wanted one game, just one, that was a game that had some sort of competitive esport attached to it. So Even Farm Sim falls under that now, which blows my mind, but you've got Farm Sim or League of Legends or, in this case, Rocket League that I decided to go with. And part of the reason for that was I wanted it to be a game that was a sport, but that I was good at, that I wasn't just complete crap at. So I got into that. I'm almost at the same amount. I have like 600 hours in American Truck Sim since buying the game, which isn't a lot for some people, but for me that's a ton of time. I think I've got like 300 hours, about half the time, in Euro Truck, and that is only because I actually played Euro Truck for a while. I got Euro Truck I think in 2014 or 2015, and of course American Truck Sim came out that following year, so it kind of just held me until American Truck Sim came out, and then I really just ditched this because of course all my friends were driving on American Truck Sim. But with that, I wanted to mix it up a little, and I had a friend suggest it to me, which now I have mixed feelings on it, because that person is no longer a friend of mine, and part of that is kind of dragging me into things that I just didn't want to do or stuff like that. So I had to really sit down and say, okay, am I playing this game because I want to play it, because I enjoy it, or am I just wasting my time getting frustrated with other people over shit that it just doesn't need to even be an issue? And I decided that with Rocket League, it's a game I want to play. It's not a game that you can, really use on YouTube, but it is perfect for streaming. With YouTube, it's kind of hard to make video content unless you're two things. Either a montage creator, with that meaning that you've only got so many videos that you can make, but you have to be really, really good at the game, or just being really, really good at the game. High level, people like Jazer, or even Sunless, or Flump, people like them that make like informational videos, or comedy videos, or things like that. But even they, I would say, are on a much higher level. Whoops, I gotta go wide here so I don't catch that. Even they are on a much higher level than I am in terms of game skill. But, and that's part of the other thing too, was I was able to climb pretty high up, and if I really put myself to it, I could get really, really good at that game. But it came out years ago. It's had a bit of a resurgence, but with that, I kind of missed out on, we're gonna go here. I missed out on that period of time when it first came out, and because of that, that means there's people who have years of experience on top of me, so I'm only ever gonna be able to catch so far up behind them, I think, just because they've got more time. If they started to phase out a little bit, then that would obviously change, but I think for now, I'm just going to kind of enjoy it on the side if I want to, and then if I stream, of course, we can see about it there. But back to the original point here, I am looking for a VTC. I mentioned I've considered, I heard that Northern Alex has one. I don't know what the deal is with it. I don't know any information about it, other than the name of it. I have driven with Alex before as a fan. I've followed the Code Zero crew for a long time. And I actually have I don't know if I still have them, but I have really old pictures from a convoy that I happened to run into Alex on and just kind of followed him on and had a really good time with. Not necessarily being super involved, but just being able to tag along and drive with the other guys and be a part of that little crew for a day was pretty fun. Although it was kind of a crapshoot because some of the guys that were tagging along with us I wouldn't put them in top tier driving, that's for sure. But nevertheless, and I do have quite a few years of experience driving for VTCs. I mentioned I drove for Sea Haven Logistics, which was made up of 3 different units. So you had Sea Haven Trucking, Sea Haven Railways, and Sea Haven Air. So Sea Haven Air was a P3D based set for flying. Sea Haven Rail, I don't remember the game that was on, but that was very heavy duty. I mean, we had charts to fill out on what units were where, what trailers, or what cars in that case, and all that stuff. For the flying, we had live GPS tracking. We could fly with other people on the multiplayer type servers, stuff like that. And then Sea Haven Trucking, which was the most in-depth part of it, where we would do like the convoys. We had competitions every week, I think we did it by the month, where if whoever had the most loads at the end of the month, which was usually a single person who drove like crazy, would get like a $10 Steam card or something like that. And we had, I don't know if I've said already, but like live GPS. We had, with that, it would automatically submit trips. So if we dropped off, it would automatically pop up in the list. We had people who were, myself included, I was one of them at one point because I worked my way up through, who became quote-unquote CDL instructors. So basically, you could join Sea Haven and drive in single player, but in order to join us on a convoy, you had to prove your skills, that you weren't just going to crash and be an idiot or a nuisance. And so we would literally schedule a time. You had to have a certain amount of trips done, deliveries, all that fun stuff, and then we would schedule a time, and one of us would literally go out and drive with this other person to make sure that their skills were not going to look negative on the company, or that they weren't going to do anything really stupid, which of course doesn't always work. People can be really good at masking stuff, but obviously, that's a one-strike thing. If you screw up really badly, and that's not saying like if you were to hit something on accident, like we always had nights where it was just, I flipped my truck one night and we just thought it was hilarious. But there were people that would like intentionally ram or stuff like that, and honestly, Truckers MP does not do a good job of handling some of that. They've gotten a lot better about it over the years, but in the past, they were really, really piss poor about some of it. I've only just I think it was a few months ago, I only had my first positive experience where someone actually got held accountable. And it was because I happened to be streaming and caught the whole thing on video and went in and was like, hey, what the heck is this? But of course, there's so many people on there, and a lot of them know they can get away with it because, if they start banning everyone left and right for doing it, or they start handing out this or that, they're going to lose such a huge part of their core audience that, kind of screws them over in a way. But it would be awesome to be able to at least drive and get to know some of these other people. And, for me, I've always found that being a part of these different crews is a great way to meet people who have similar interests, or, in my case, other creators, stuff like that. That's been a huge part of what I've done. It's given me opportunities as a designer to, work on projects with people just for fun. It gives me a way to have something to back it up, so I'm not just I'm not kind of having to make up stuff on my own. I can actually go and say, hey, is anyone looking for something? I'll put it together for free just to, test my skills, and they'll give me an idea that challenges me, and then, stuff like that, which now doesn't really fit what I do because I'm so far ahead of where I used to be. I'm gonna turn the wipers off. But yeah, so I guess that's enough. Not necessarily ranting, but going on and on. I guess I'm just gonna sit back and we can enjoy the ride.
I wake up early, I sleep alone. I try to find love from a stranger on my phone. My vision blurry, so I forget. Dying to hold you, but you left me here for dead. How could I do what I've done if I'm in love? You know I did what I did, you loaded the gun. And I don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. Yeah. monsters up in my head. Lie to myself lying beside her in my bed. Paint over pictures you left behind. I'd punch the walls if it would make you change your mind. How could I do what I've done if I'm in love? You know I did what I did, you loaded the gun. And I don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. Yeah, I didn't mean to do it every day. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. Don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. How could I do what I've done if I'm in love? You know I did what I did, you loaded the gun. And I don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. Yeah, I didn't mean to do it every day. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. I do it anyway. Don't wanna think about you anyway. I do it anyway. I do it anyway.
Alright, so we are about 20 kilometers away from our drop. You guys can see on the GPS now the name of the place. I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce that. I think we can go ahead and switch down to our running light because it's so late in the day. Although it looks like we might have some rain coming. Hopefully not, 'cause it's been really rainy lately. But I must say, I was initially dreading the fact that I was going to record in Euro Truck simply because I just spent a few hours recording in American Truck, and I don't know what it is, and if you guys think the same thing, let me know. But to me, driving in ETS2 is almost like, it's more comfortable and more cozy feeling almost. Like, American Truck Sim is the most hectic shit in the world to try and drive in. But ETS2 seems to be a really nice change, and it might simply be because I'm not familiar with ETS2 or any of these local areas as much as I am with American Truck Sim. And for the most part, the AI seems to be a little less nutty than the US counterpart, which makes a fair bit more sense than I'd like to admit. But I've sat here and genuinely enjoyed driving, and I did do a couple of things. We had the truck suspension, we actually dampened it a little bit just to see how the ride would go, and overall it's been riding a lot smoother, a lot nicer, so hopefully that'll make a difference on some of those bumpier back roads. I didn't realize it, but apparently when you buy this truck, it comes stock with fully stiffened suspension. So we stopped off before I picked up the trailer. Whoops. Sorry, dude. And had that modified. And holy crap, did it make a difference. Made it so much easier to steer and just made the ride so much nicer. But I guess now we need to find our parking where we're dropping this thing. I see the cones down there. Looks like we're just pulling right to the end. Yep, just pulling right down here to the end. We should be able to just pull right in, be done with it, so they can offload. Yep. Alright, let's go ahead and get this thing dropped off. Alright, so that is done. I don't honestly remember how much we made for that, but oh well. Not a bad trip. I think we made like 6,000 euros, something like that. But I think we don't have enough drive time left to keep going, so what we're gonna do, if this will open, is we're gonna head back into town. We're gonna rest for a little bit. It'll probably mean that when we head out, it'll be dark again, but with that comes the bonus of hopefully quieter roads. Go ahead and make the right here. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna run back, we're gonna go rest. We're still good on fuel, so we don't really need to be worrying about that. But after we rest, hopefully we can pick up one more job and head wherever that takes us. I'm hoping we can kind of get out of this northeastern area and kind of start heading down toward, or heading maybe towards France or Italy or just somewhere on the other end of things, just for a change. Just be nice to mix it up, see some new stuff. But hopefully that will be a smooth trip too. Man, it's just nice. There's so much more calm feeling to drive an ETS2, and I genuinely don't know if that's something that is just me. Maybe it's just how today has gone for me, but it just feels so much nicer. But we are almost there, so just watching traffic to make sure no one does anything stupid behind me. We will go ahead and pull in here, rest up, and then I will see you guys tonight. Alright, it is now Monday, 8 o'clock, just about 20. We are going to try something new. I just got a call that back where we dropped off, there's a transformer that is like a 47-ton transformer. It's a heavier job. It's an overnight job. It might be pushing it for this truck. I don't know. This truck is built really for like medium, you know, light duty stuff, not heavy duty. But they're desperate. So we're gonna give it a try and hopefully not have too much trouble. He said as long as it gets there again, that he's fine with it. And hopefully we'll make some good money on it too, since we're helping this dude out. But I am kind of nervous because it's the first time I've taken something of this size, and I don't know if I'm gonna have a convoy or not. If I'm gonna be by myself, then little more stress. If I have a convoy that's kind of guiding me through, it'll be way easier. But this trailer, I believe, is heading to Vilnius, which will take us south, almost to Poland. So from there, we can head into Poland and head west. Alright, so they said the trailer, that would be it right there. Hopefully it won't be too heavy, but it is up there. And it doesn't appear that we have a convoy with us. At least I don't think. Go ahead and hook up to it. Now I'm not sure if because of weight I should have my beacons on, but we're going to kind of keep them off probably most of the trip. It is a very wide trailer though. Oh, I think I'm off to that side there. There we go. It was way farther forward than I thought. Alright, let's take a quick look. Here's the back of the trailer. Definitely a heavy haul. But we should be good. Everything seems to be chained up. Let's go ahead and let's jump back in. Alright, let's see how this truck does. I guess let's go ahead and start rolling. You can definitely feel the weight on it. We'll go ahead and... Oh, not tipping, is she? I wonder if because I've only got a set of singles on there that it's gonna be tippy. Find out one way. Back and forth. No, it doesn't look like it. Go ahead, we'll throw our beacons on coming out of here just so people can see us. I might have to take it slow on some of these curves. This will give us a good idea right now, turning out of here. Oh, okay. So it looks like the trailer actually turns too. I didn't know that. I think because of the weight and the width, and because of the fact that it moves by itself, we're gonna keep the beacons on for the trip just to be safe so that people see us. I don't know if this is going against any laws or anything like that, but oh well. I think that's just the better way to go. So, I guess let's just make our way, and I will see you guys when we get closer to the destination.
I felt like running through the pouring rain. I felt like letting go of my mind. I felt it coming with no ground to brace. I think I just might be bad for you. Drowning by the fact that I don't need a reason to be mad for you. I'm losing my head and I'm mad for you.
Alright, so here we are coming into Vilnius. Surprisingly, the highway was the easiest part of that trip because we were able to kind of keep up the momentum and stuff like that. So far so good. Gotta come up here to this intersection, make a right. We're gonna go wide here just to be safe. Not bad. This truck is definitely not built for super heavies. Anything more than this and I'd probably be in deep. A few of those on and off ramps of the highway were a little bit too much, I think, in terms of this truck doesn't have enough power. But we managed to get it done for the dude, so I am happy. Actually, I shouldn't say that. We still got 20 kilometers to go, so if I start tooting my own horn too fast, I'm going to screw myself. Not the good kind. So, best be careful about that. But hopefully, getting this dropped off will be nice and easy. I'm hoping that we don't have to back it in, because I've never backed a trailer that has turning axles on it. And I'm not sure if you can just disable them when you go to back up. If you can't, then it's going to be quite a crapshoot to try and do that. I will say this too, I'm pretty surprised how busy it was tonight. The highways seem to be pretty packed with trucks and stuff. Though I guess that makes sense. It's the best time for goods and stuff to move is at night when no one else is on the highways. But overall, pretty busy for 2 a.m. on a Tuesday. We'll come up here. Get on the highway. Some of the roundabouts, some of the smaller back roads roundabouts were okay. The hardest part was some of the inclines, obviously. And this trailer is just a little bit unstable because I think it's because I've only got the single set underneath it instead of tandems. Excuse me, voice crack. I'm almost 20. There should be no reason my voice is still cracking. That drives me nuts. Don't understand it. Alright, we're gonna force our way out here a little bit. We're going to take over a little bit more of the road just because we have to. Hopefully people will give us room. Come out here, make the right. And I think that must be a recruitment agency down there too, so we'll also unlock more opportunities, more spots for drivers. I know in American Truck Sim, I don't know, it wouldn't be American Truck, it would be Euro Truck, where I actually fired, or maybe it was, I don't know, but I fired the driver that I had currently. I don't know where it was in the US or in the Europe one, just because he was only like a 0.8 rating. He wasn't bringing in a ton of money. He wasn't doing very good on fuel. He was costing me a lot. I don't know if I was supposed to stop there or not. That's my bad. That was close. I also had that earlier with a train, with a rail crossing. I almost went across the tracks in front of a train. Barely caught there was even a stoplight. Alright, we're gonna go a little wide here, just because, even though it has steerable axles. Yep, just so we miss the curb. But yeah, they were just not up to par, so I ended up having to fire them, hire someone new, and hopefully they will be able to bring in more. Look, we're good. We're gonna go straight across, and it is literally just a pull in and drop. Since we're within the yard, I'm just gonna go ahead and shut off the beacons. And we will set her down. Alright. Go ahead and get her dropped. Alright, well, that's gonna do it for this episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. Kind of interesting to our first heavy haul like that. I really enjoyed that. But, yeah, that's enough for today. So, you guys know what to do. Like, comment, sub, all of that. And I will see you in the next one. Peace.